Guess what, guys? Like always, I forgot to hit the record button. We had a listener request. Somebody that said we've been talking about pottery guys saxing us a lot, which we have been in the Boys Over Flowers episode. So she suggested that we do GOT7 as musical instruments.
I love it. Can we flash our notes? I want you guys to see, just because now we're doing a visual thing. This is how we prepare. So here's what Becca did. These are all her notes. She's got like front and back piece of paper.
It's hard to see, sorry.
These are my notes. It's like a piece of text this big.
GOT7, we're musical instruments. What instruments would they be? Are you ready? Mark.
I said Mark, he's a calming presence. He's a very calm person. So I said Mark would be a harp. Because what is calmer than a harp?
Nothing.
Nothing. You're like at the spa all day.
I said that he would be an air guitar because he's quiet but practical.
Every time you say it, I just picture him playing the air guitar.
It's all the practice with none of the fuss.
Which is
zero
kind of instrument.
Drama with Mark. Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't taken up the air guitar.
We should all take up the air guitar.
Yeah.
I can see him shredding his air guitar with his air girlfriend at an air arena with a bunch of air fans.
He wouldn't have air fans though, he'd have real fans.
He'd have real fans for his air guitar playing.
I would legitimately pay money for a ticket to see that.
Mark, if you're listening, you should do an air guitar concert.
We'll come.
We'd totally be there.
2 tickets sold.
Jinyoung.
This one feels bad. I feel bad about it. But I feel like he's a tuba. It's that sense of like, boom, 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 boom. He doesn't bring people down necessarily, but he adds that level of gravitas to any situation. Salty and very sarcastic. He's just like has to put in that funny comment after something and everybody's like, boom, boom.
And he's just missing like a rain cloud over the person's
he's like
head.
Eeyoring the place.
Yes.
And I say this with all due respect because I love Jinyoung, and so I also love a mood setter, and he's definitely a mood setter, but in that mildly negative way.
I said the keytar because it's the centaur of musical instruments. Half man, half horse, yes. Half guitar, half keyboard, yes.
What a brilliant invention.
I feel like he could make anybody look like a fool. He's very sarcastic. He could compliment you to your face, but it would really be an insult.
And you'd never know.
But you would never know. And a keytar makes everybody look like a fool. Johnny Cash, strap on a keytar. Jay-Z, they look like idiots.
Okay.
Just strap on a keytar.
Jay-Z, please strap on a keytar. That sounds hilarious.
Again, we would pay money for that.
Yes.
A keytar concert with Jay-Z. It'd be great.
He'd probably make it cool.
JB.
Everyone knows I have a big place in my heart for JB. I think he is very sexy. I think he's very talented. I think he has a really great kind of goofy, fun personality. And I just kept coming back to the saxophone. And I know I've said some pretty rough things about the saxophone on this podcast, but here I am telling you, I tried and could not think of a single sexier instrument. Why does that do it for me?
I said the bagpipes because he's a no-nonsense kind of guy, and the bagpipes are a commitment. And like JB, he commits to everything. Yes. There's sucking, there's blowing, there's finger movements, there's squeezing.
There's exercise.
There's a costume involved. You gotta wear a kilt. You gotta walk while you do it.
And I feel like you're always working when you're playing them.
Yes.
You're processionaling something or recessionaling something.
Yeah. Something big is happening when the bagpipes are in town.
It's an event.
And I think he's kind of clueless sometimes on certain things.
Yeah.
The expression is that the Irish gave the Scots the bagpipes as a joke, but the Scots haven't gotten the joke yet. So it's kind of like JB. A commitment, genuine, but also sometimes kind of clueless.
And weirdly sexy.
And oddly sexy. Jackson.
But I said the electric bass because I was thinking of the Seinfeld theme song. It's very random and fast, and you're kind of like, what's happening? And you can't even fully comprehend it before it's already done. Kinetic, energetic, very like cool, fast instrument.
I said the vuvuzela. It's loud, it's energetic, it's kind of savage.
You know it's there.
When a vuvuzela is in the room, everybody knows it. Much like Jackson, when he loves somebody, he goes out of his way to let them know that he loves them. Like sports fans with the vuvuzelas.
This is the perfect answer. Because also, he has that like, if he's hyped, then suddenly everybody's hyped. Because it's like, if you hear one vuvuzela, they're all gonna go off. Yeah, it's like a chain reaction of sound.
When you hang out with Jackson, people are loud. The chances
keep up.
That somebody is gonna yell a word for an extended period of time, like, go! Like, it's a really good chance of that happening. To play a vuvuzela, you blow a raspberry into the mouthpiece. It's just silly.
Whatever. I couldn't play. I ended up on the clarinet because I couldn't play anything else.
A lot of people will wear a vuvuzela around their neck, like a necklace, like Jackson, because you meet Jackson and it's hard to get him away from your heart.
Right up there.
A lot of people, when they're done with the vuvuzela, will use it as a beer bong. They'll just turn it upside down, which it's extra AF.
Is the next
like
video
Jackson. Youngjae.
This is very genuine. I think he is such a sweet, beautiful creature with such a sweet, beautiful presence and a beautiful voice. So I said a flute. There's nothing funny or sarcastic about this one because I can't be. I just have to be very genuine about him because he's so cute.
I would like to see him play the flute.
Oh my god, he's like a little angel.
So I said a didgeridoo. Because I have good reason.
You like went into the archives.
He's quiet at times, but he knows when to be funny, like a giant didgeridoo. Also, I feel like he's an extrovert who leans towards occasionally being introverted.
Yeah.
Like a didgeridoo. So you would pull out this giant instrument and be like, am I getting attention? I had no clue.
Oh, what's going on?
Like, that's the extroverted part. When he would sit down to play, it's so big that people have to stand like 20 feet away.
You could hear it from like many towns over.
Yes. He would kind of get like alone time playing this giant instrument in a room full of people. You're blessing your eyes with the sight of him playing this weird instrument, your ears with the unique sound, and then a didgeridoo, like your body vibrates when you hear it. Like it
is a full body experience.
UB Jackson, I'm gonna call you. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
Guess what I'm didgeridooing? What do you call an excited Youngjae?
What?
A didgeridoo. Woo!
These are like the most specific jokes because they only work in the context of this podcast.
BamBam.
I said a kazoo. Youthful and fun. And at first you're like, I think this is gonna annoy me. But for some reason it doesn't really. You're like, no, you know what? This is charming. I find this very charming.
So I also had the kazoo. Because it's 100% silly.
Yes. That is a huge part of it.
It draws everybody in.
It does.
Anybody can play a kazoo. If you can hum, you can play a kazoo.
Yes.
Not even blow. Hum. You can just hum and you can play a kazoo.
And I feel like in most contexts, if somebody whips out a kazoo and starts playing it, I'm smiling. I'm like, this is bizarrely delightful.
BamBam, do you play the kazoo? Because you'd be great.
He'd be great at the kazoo.
Yugyeom.
He's a recorder.
He's a recorder.
He's the recorder you have to play in grade school.
I said he's steadfast and he's dedicated, much like a recorder, which has been on the 4th grade curriculum of every school since World War I.
And it's like not just the US. Lots of countries kids have to play the recorder.
Much like 4th graders, Yugyeom cries easily. He's kind of afraid of the older guys.
Funny you should say that. Conversely, I was thinking mostly because he's like a very tall person.
Yes.
He's long like a recorder. You can make really good sounds and it can be really great and easy to work with and it works well in a group, but it can also annoy people and he's like that very specific evil maknae.
He can be kind of savage.
And he like definitely tortures the older members. So to me I was like, oh, he's using the recorder for evil.
It's ironic like the recorder because he looks like an older member. He's the tallest member.
Very tall.
But he is the youngest. And then on top of that, like the recorder, it's called a recorder, but it should never be recorded because it's a terrible sound. So they're both ironic.
All we've
squeech, squeech.
Those are recorder concert for you.
To our listener who made this recommendation, thank you so much.
Let
us know what else you guys want us to do. What bands?
We're making a list. We're making a list. We have a list.
We appreciate it. So we'll see you guys next week.
If it helps, I don't smell you at all.
Oh God, I smell really bad. Why are we like this?
Because we're past our expiration dates.